Thank you. Thank you. Just like in previous years, the landscape will vary significantly by market and also by hotel segment. However, we heard very clearly from most of the key chains in recent meetings that we do every year before the big hotel sourcing season starts that the hoteliers are going to be very focused on making sure that they're only making available static rates with last room availability to customers that are driving significant volume to their properties. So what you can expect will be NLRA rates, very few dynamic rates with caps, and that they might not offer a preferred rate at all unless you're delivering at least 250, maybe 500 room nights a year to a property. And that may change the game. It will make your solicitation strategy that much more important this year. Unlike in the past, solicitation strategy really should get much more sophisticated. Instead of just considering prior year volumes, what's happened maybe with the rate over the last year, we really think that it's beneficial to bring many, many more variables into the equation. We think that it's important to look at rate availability. So how often were the hoteliers making the rate available that you negotiated during the booking process? We think it's important to look at traveler satisfaction. How has the rating that travelers give to a property changed over the last year? Are there hotels nearby at the same service level that actually have better ratings where your travelers might prefer to stay? Taking a look at what is new in the marketplace, trying to mix up maybe a little bit the brands that you're offering in the program to appeal to the different generations of travelers in your program. We also think it's really important to think about parity in a market. One of the things that I think is really confusing to travelers is when they see a list of hotels come up in their search in the same market that have very different service levels and prices. So you might have a full service property at, let's say, 210 euros a night, and then maybe a limited service property in that same market come up at 160. It's really confusing to the traveler to know what you expect them to do in that case. Should they be spending 50 euros more per night? So we're encouraging everybody to say, does the group of hotels that you are choosing from in a particular market, do they fit together? Do they make sense as a group? So that parity we also think is very important. What's happening to the rate over time and what's projected to happen to a rate at a property is also an important consideration. And finally, it's also time, perhaps, to consider sustainability factors in your solicitation strategy development. It's so important to offer a variety of content sources to your travelers because, quite honestly, they expect it. They're out there looking all the time at what price they can get in the marketplace through a booking.com or Expedia or others that are more local like H Corpo or Premier Inn in the UK. And we know that that content is not only important to build traveler confidence in your travel program, that it is going to offer the best rates that a traveler can find. It's also important to drive savings to your program. Recently, we have really deeply analyzed shopping data. So basically, we are tracking what travelers see at the time of booking, what choices that they were given, and what they then selected. And what we found is that the addition of what we will call non-GDS content sources, as well as your travel management company's specially negotiated rates, they actually can drive an incremental 2 to 5% savings in a corporate travel program. If you take a look at an individual booking, you'll find that oftentimes, and when a traveler actually sees a non-GDS rate or a travel management company rate, that rate will be 7 to 12% less than the GDS rate that is also available. And when they book it, that 7 to 12% is what allows you to achieve an overall 2 to 5% savings on your hotel costs. Right now, I am most excited about how we can use digital payment and digital invoice collection technology to completely transform the traveler experience with their hotel stays. Imagine a world where your traveler walks up, checks in, does not need to provide a form of payment, doesn't even need to check out, can walk out of a hotel, doesn't need to collect an invoice, doesn't need to do an expense report. Everything is done behind the scenes. If they have trouble at check-in, they'll be able to produce a card through a digital wallet. Things are transforming very quickly in this space, and if you haven't looked at virtual payment, digital payment, invoice collection in a while, I think it's time to today. Studies show that you can increase your travel program adoption and your hotel adoption by 20 to 40 points just by implementing digital payment and invoice collection technology. You can also improve the quality and the detail in your data and reduce payment risk at the same time. Definitely give this area another look in 2024 and in 2025, because I think that you're going to find that it's a tremendous opportunity for you to reduce some friction for your travelers.